howdy ho, Stampers. Welcome back to my studio. This is Deb Valder. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to do a yo-yo spinner card. So let me just show you what I'm going to do. You watch his little head right here. It just spins right around. And to wrap it back up, you're just going to take and flop his head around just like this. And we're back ready to do it all over again. So let me just show you a couple of other cards that I've done like this. And I've done one with a pinwheel, and then I've done one with a snowflake, and I've done one with a flower made from our heart punch. And I do have videos on all of these, so if you have any questions you can go to my YouTube channel, but I do have videos on all of these. Directions on my blog. And then here is another one that I did, and I used a wider ribbon to use as the spinner part. And one of my very favorites is this one right here that I did at Christmas time, and his little mustache ends up twirling around. So this is the yo-yo spinner card, and I'm just going to show you really quick how to do this. So let me bring back in my card. This is the card that we're going to be working on, and we're going to start with a card that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And this one actually opens up as a book. Or book style. Alright, so here's my card base. I also have a black piece that I'm going to put on here, and that is 3 1/2 by 5, and then the white piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So I already did some prep work for you. I stamped this with Memento ink, and I colored it in with my blendabilities, and now we're ready to put the card together. So the first thing that you need to do, let's just put these aside until we're ready to put that on there, but what we need to do is to, like I said, stamp and color this, and then I needed to also stamp one that I'm going to cut out and not color, and then I'm going to cut out one that I did color. So let me just really quick do this. And this is a really fast card that you can do. Don't let all of the little prep work here get you too worried. Those ones that I showed you earlier are really very, very fast, depending on what style you use. The pinwheel, I think, is the fastest one, but they are very, very fast. So we're just going to cut this one out, and we will have 2 heads and the main card right here. So that's what we have so far. The next thing that you're going to do is we're going to punch out 2 window sheets, and I'm going to do that with my 1/2 inch punch, and these are my window sheets. I don't know if you can see them or not, but these are just, I use these all the time for a lot of stuff. To punch out window sheets, you need to have a piece of scrap paper underneath it, because if you don't, it's not going to punch through. What it does is it just kind of envelops this, this window sheet, and you just don't want that to happen. So you're just going to take and punch 2 of these out. I've already done that for you, so we have them right here. Here are our 2 window sheets, and then you need to also have shaker frames. Now these are what our shaker frames look like, and I've used these a lot. I have a lot of examples on my blog and on my YouTube channel. These are window sheets. They come quite a bit, and you use them for different things. We're going to use the smallest one, so let me just grab one that's already open. We're going to use this smallest one right here. I'm going to take my shaker frame, and I'm going to take my self-healing mat along with my paper piercer, and we're going to start punching some holes. So we're going to take the center of my 2, I'm going to put these together. These are my 2 window sheets. I'm going to take those, and I'm going to just pop a hole in the middle of the 2 of them. Okay, just like that. I like to go up and down just to get it a really good hole. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to punch a hole in my blank one, not the colored one. This is the one that's going to go on top, and we don't want a hole in that one. So I'm just going to take and poke a hole right in here. But when I do that, I'm going to actually lay it onto my finished piece, because we need a hole in this one also, and we want them to be in the exact same spot. So I'm just going to take and poke a hole in here like that, and we're done with our poking, except for the middle of our shaker frame. So I'm going to poke a hole right in here. Okay, so now I have a hole in all of the pieces that I need. We're ready to put it together. So let's get these 2 pieces out of the way and start putting our piece together. So the first thing I need to do is to take my uncolored piece right here, and I'm going to take a mini brad. I like the mini brads because they have a long shank on them, and we're going through quite a few layers, so you want ones that have this long shank right here. So you're going to take that and you're going to put it through your first piece right here. Then what I'm going to do is turn it upside down, and I'm going to take my littlest shaker frame right here. And when you take it off, it's sticky on this side, and that's the side that you want to put down. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put that right onto my, let's see, let's lift it up here. We're going to put it right onto my shaker. Okay, and it comes right through like that. Now, because it is sticky, it's going to stick to the bottom of my picture right here. Okay, so it's stuck right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to put one of our little window sheets on here that are round, and that's going to glue right to our shaker frame. So far so good, everybody with me? Now, with this one right here, what I want to do before I put it on here is I want to take some mini glue dots and put it on the wrong side of, there is no right side or wrong side because it's clear, but I'm just going to take and put a few mini glue dots on here so that it's going to move around for us, but not, it needs to grab the other side of the piece. So the mini glue dots are up. This is the side that has no glue dots. I'm going to turn that around because I want no glue dots to no glue dots, because this is actually what makes it spin. The glue dots are actually facing up. So, and you could put them on afterwards, but I like to do it beforehand. All right, so now what we have, I'm just going to go over it again. We have the uncolored piece, we have the shaker frame, and then we have our two window sheets that were punched out, and the glue dots are facing up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to glue that to our piece, but I did forget one thing. I need to grab my my turner, and that is, today I'm going to use the just our thread, our twine here, and I'm going to use a piece that is about 7 inches long. Okay, you can always trim this after we get it on there. You don't want it to be too long, but you don't want it to be too short either. So I would say cut it about between 7 and 8 inches. We're going to take and put that on before we put our shaker frame on. So I'm just going to lift this up, and if you do this, that's all you have to do is to just lift it up. We want it caught by the shaker frame, and just push it down really, really nice and firmly. Okay. Now let me just give you a little heads up. For this one right here, you want to make sure that it's definitely toward the bottom, because when you're done spinning, well, like with this one, when you're done spinning, you want the head to end at the very bottom. So you want your pull here right to be right there at the bottom. All right. So when you put it onto your shaker frame, that's where it's going to be. Alrighty. So now we have all of those layers. Now we need to add it to our piece right here. We're going to take and we're going to, now remember we have the mini glue dots right there. So we're going to take and just lay it on there, line our little head up just like that. Whoops. We're going to line our little head up just like that, and then we're going to take and just open up the brad. Okay, you don't want it to be too tight because you want this to move nicely. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to test it, and it's working. His head is turning. Oops, his little head got caught on the ear. And that's where it's going to be, just like that. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take and cover this piece up. Remember the one we had right here? This is the one that we colored. We have no holes in it. That's because we're going to lay it right here on top, and then you can't see that there is a brad here in the middle, and that's what we're literally doing. We're covering up the brad. So I'm just going to take some mini glue dots. You can take some adhesive if you want, but I'm just going to take some mini glue dots and attach it to his little head. So cute this is. And lay it right over the top, and we're going to cover all of that up. So far, so good. All right, now what we need to do is to add this to our layers. And I think I gave you the measurements for the layers, and we're just going to take our fast fuse and add it to all of those. So here's my fast fuse. We're going to add it to this layer. Carefully so that they're nice and straight. Whoops. And then we're going to take this layer and add it to our base. And I did pre-stamp that, so it looks just like that. We have one more thing to do. And that is to add our little button on the bottom of our pull string right here. So I'm just going to take 2 buttons, and they're from our Naturals collection. I'm going to take 2 mini glue dots, one on this button right here, and one on this button right here. And then what I do is I just sandwich them between the bottom of my twine here. And this is our natural thread, actually. And just layer the 2 buttons. And now we have our pull, and that's it for our yo-yo spinner card. I'm just gonna wind this back up again and just pull, and it's a lot of fun. Remember to do the inside of your card. If you have any questions, hop on over to my blog or to my to my blog. And if you have, like I said, if you have any questions, just hop on over to my blog. Take care. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed my post.